Now, as you know, Chris Hubbard, this show is an international phenomenon. There are people from all over the world listening right now. They just can't believe what we do on the radio. That's not because this show is that good. It's just that currently modern radio is that bad.
Okay.
And we have become, you know, an oasis or any port in a storm. People are going, well, at least they sound like normal people, and at least they talk about stuff that normal people talk about, instead of telling you what, you know, who was the producer on the third album and which pop stars they were hanging out with, and, you know, all the other nonsense that's on radio stations. And don't get me started on chart shows. Why we still even have those, I don't know. Who wants to listen to a bloke counting backwards for 4 hours? Anyway. Just, radio is a joke. It's a joke medium now, you know, with a more mixed, super, you know, all that nonsense.
This morning, I'll tell you something. I was listening to a podcast on the way in.
Yeah.
And there was a bit of it where this particular radio station was saying, we interrupt your music less often with an interruption.
Yeah. Radio is a joke, and so this station is almost the antidote. But it doesn't mean what we do is that good. But anyway, that's how we've become an international phenomenon. There's a bloke listening in America. He Facebooked you yesterday.
Over in Michigan.
Yeah, and he's got a hell of a name. Have I got this fella's name right? His name is Stephen McFly Penrod. Good morning, Stephen McFly Penrod. What a hell of a name that is. Brilliant.
That's pretty good, isn't it?
It's a great handle to have. That's Elvis Brandenburg Kremen. That is Stephen McFly Penrod. Okay, and you told me, you said he's Facebooked us.
Yeah, he's Facebooked us. He sent us
what does
a
he
tweet
say?
Yesterday as well.
Well, what's he said? What's the current communication been?
Let's have a look.
Stephen McFly Penrod in Michigan.
I think after I sent you the details, I archived the message. So
okay,
well, get back into
but what you did, I said, well, let's call him up. So you've sent me his details, his phone number.
Yeah, you should have them.
All right, well, let me just give him a call now.
The call you are attempting to place is not allowed from this line. Please dial 611 for customer service or dial 1-800-331-0500 from a landline phone.
Desde esta línea no se permite hacer esta llamada. Favor de marcar 611 para comunicarse con el servicio al cliente o 1-800-331-0500 desde un teléfono fijo.
Message 10. MI01ML.
Wow.
The wireless customer you are calling is not available.
Okay.
Please try again later.
Oh, is that? Why didn't you say that? Why didn't you just say that in the first place?
Favor de intentar más.
Yeah, okay.
Message 1. US01LV.
Okay. Wow. Who'd have thought it? Oh, it sounds like it's ringing. Oh, no.
The call you are attempting to place is not allowed from this line.
Not allowed?
Please dial 611 for customer service
somehow
or dial
blocked?
1-800-331-0500 from a landline phone.
I don't get this.
Desde esta línea no se permite hacer
honest
esta
to
llamada.
goodness.
Favor de marcar 611 para comunicarse con el servicio al cliente.
Stephen McFly Penrod. It looks like we can't get hold of you.
Desde un teléfono fijo.
Give me a call. What's on your mind, Steve?
Oh, I'm thinking about cheerless pop songs.
Cheerless pop songs?
Yeah, when I was younger, you put the radio on, and it cheered me up.
Yes.
And now, I put the radio on, and there's some ghastly woman wailing on about some lost love, or some lament in a church, or something else. They all seem to be miserable.
And it doesn't help that in between the songs, I'm whining as well.
No, that cheers me up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
all right.
Why can't I just hear this, put the radio on and hear this joyous burst of noise?
Yeah, okay. I don't know. There are a lot of, dreary, whining people at the minute on making music, aren't there?
And they seem to get the most applause if they really strain their voice so badly that it goes right through your head and rips your head apart.
Yeah, and when you think about it, they got a pretty good job, they got a pretty good life. Yeah. What are they so unhappy about?
Exactly. I mean, why is Adele so miserable? I mean, she must be a billionaire by now. And she's still whinging on about somebody who left her in the dumps or whatever it was. You know, it just doesn't make any sense to me.
Actually, Chris, I'm a little disappointed this morning because we've, as you know, Bob FM is a worldwide phenomenon. And we had this guy, Stephen McFly. Have I got his name right? Stephen McFly Penrod.
That sounds about right.
That's a great name. He listens in Michigan, and he's a big listener. He's even been involved in trying to guess what Bob's doing, and he's just a huge fan of Bob FM.
Yeah.
And we tried to call him earlier, but there's something wrong with the phone, so we didn't go. If anyone knows how you do that, some American phones don't accept overseas numbers. If there's a way around it, is there something I can dial to make that happen? Give me a call this morning, 01438422106, because I do like to talk. Hang on a second. Hello, who's this?
Hey, it's Stephen McFly Penrod from Michigan, United States.
Hey, Stephen, it's so good to hear from you. I tried to call you earlier, but your phone didn't want to know.
Yeah, it said from your line you couldn't call to another country, so I'm going around like a virtual network and using one of them things to call.
Oh, I got you. So how did you discover Bob FM?
I was looking up some streaming music, and I just came across a website that had a bunch of sites on it, and you were at the top with just miscellaneous stuff, so I clicked you and you loaded, because a couple before you didn't, and I'm like, that's all right, I can do that. You got a good variety, so.
Tell me about where you live then.
Well, we're in Michigan, which is at the very top of Michigan. We're like, an hour from Canada, 2 hours from Canada?
Uh-huh. I've been to Detroit, and I've been to the Henry Ford.
From Detroit, we're about an hour a different way. We're an hour north of Detroit. Thank God for that.
And what's the name of your town?
We a little town called Clarkston.
Clarkston, Michigan.
Yeah.
And what do you do for a living, Stephen?
Computers.
Oh, you work in computers. All right. So you know all about it. And have you ever been to this part of England?
No, my friend used to live over there.
Whereabouts?
About 10 minutes from where?
Okay. All right. Yeah. Well, at the moment we're looking for the best fish and chip shop. Have you had any tips about what's a good?
I do have one. He keeps saying every time he goes over there, he likes a place called Wrights.
Yes. And where are Wrights? Are they in where?
They are in where?
Okay.
It's called Wrights Fish and Chips as far as I know.
Okay. Well, we'll get them nominated. And, hey, it's a real thrill to have you listening in America. And thank you so much.
Yeah, it's awesome. I thought that was cool. I was listening and I was like, these guys are messing around. I said, that's funny. They tried to call and they said they couldn't even call me from their own country. I'm like, I'll get around it. I was like, they're messing around. I said, it's great. My lady's like, oh, that's cool. That's cool. You got to call him. I was like, all right, I'll call him back.
Stephen, thank you so much for checking in.
Thank you.
Thank you. If you're a long distance listener, check in.